blood will be spilt. Fucking hell. Kunda, you won't last long.
Good men, good wives, come have a look. Don't be shy, you'll never see such fine mates. Meat, mutton, veal, beef and chicken.
Rare spices and tinctures, magical elixirs and amulets, miraculous ointments, and retards.
From the yard or from the wood, lean and fatty pork.
Third destruction.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her I appreciate her concern, but to look out for herself now. Farewell.
Well,
Father, I need your help urgently.
You? I recognize you. You're the Skalitz blacksmith's son.
Yes, that I am.
I'm sorry. What did you want?
It may sound strange, but I need you to go back to St. James. The locals need their spiritual shepherd.
No, certainly not, my boy. That's one place I shan't be going back to.
Don't you feel any shame? Think of all those
no idea.
Christians who faced death and never betrayed their faith.
That's something else entirely.
No, it's not. They weren't afraid to
Could
face
do it
death,
various.
and you're squirming at the thought of some slight danger.
Malcolm needs to-
Haven't you seen how they ransacked the place? Does that seem slight to you? Well, not to me.
The humans are gone, but the townsfolk won't come back. And why should they, when the man who ought to set an example, the one they look up to, is shitting himself?
The Lord forgive me. You're right. I should go back.
There. You see? Now I hear a man talking.
And where will I live? My house in Skalitz must surely be in ruins.
You can live right there at St. James. I'm sure the locals will be grateful enough to give you a roof over your head.
Well, it's true they've treated me kindly, and I do owe them. Very well. I will go back.
Thank you. The people from St. James will never forget this.
God be with you.
Did I start another quest by accident? Let's... What objective? Alright, let's just reload. Let's play it safe. This is such a herbalist. Yeah, the alchemy in this area. There. Spectre of Thy. Do the doctor there. Forget recipes.
Father, when do you plan to return to St. James?
I beg your pardon. Why do you ask, my boy?
Your housekeeper, Agnes, is in Rattay and doesn't want to work for anyone else. She's waiting for your return.
So she survived. Thank the Lord. I prayed for her and all who suffered, but I'm not going back. Tell her farewell.
of all shapes,
Carrots that'll
sizes,
make
and
you and your
flavours.
family happy. Onions that'll make you cry. Garlic. Babe.
Young man, surely you'd like to know what plans God has for you. I can reveal all to you for a little silver.
Altar candles from France. And
Why not?
pieces of cloth
So,
all the
what
way
fate
from
awaits me, good
the
wife?
Holy Land.
Things will get worse, and then they'll get better. You'll always be going here and there, back and forth. God has his own plans for you, just as he does for everyone, but yours are different. It's written in your palm, indeed it is.
No lucky dice. Rabbit paws of all colors,
Thank you.
shapes, and sizes.
Here's your coin.
I thank you, Goodman. There's not many who treat me as kindly as you have. May God be with you.
God be with you.
Take care.
Prunes for what ails you. Try them.
Come, Huh. I know you. I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
All right. Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream. Yes, that dream has come true. I dreamt that a young man would become my apprentice,
Cabbage.
my own pupil in the trade of miracles.
Green cabbage. Get it before it goes brown.
And that's supposed to be me.
Who else? What's your name, young man?
Henry.
Henry. A powerful name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
Onions that'll even make your man cry like a little
First,
lass.
tell me,
Come and buy
who are
some.
you, and what do you do?
Me? I am an unworthy, low, and miserable servant of Providence. Scholar or merchant, believer or heathen. I wander the world without home
look at
or
these
family,
cucumbers.
Okay,
with
hold
only
on.
my
Burn all
wagon,
winter. Hide them
offering
before someone
miracles
else
to those that need them. That's who I am. Without home or kin, I wander this world with my wagon, providing the miracles that people need. Ointments, relics,
Cucumbers, lovely cucumbers,
aromatic herbs,
asparagus and prunes.
rare spices, talismans and amulets for luck. All these things I have.
What exactly does it entail,
Garlic,
becoming
carrots,
your
beetroot,
apprentice?
onions,
A lot of work
all
and
that
strenuous
grows in the
labor.
ground, fresh.
Knowledge
Come
of
right up.
medicine, theology, and white magic. You have to study the great works of the ancients and devote your time to understanding your fellow men, listening to them, and learn to read their souls.
Carrots and apples.
Nothing
picked
to it.
today to put a
That's
smile
why
on your
God
face.
has sent you. So what do you say?
All right, I'll be your apprentice.
Wonderful! Oh, glorious day! I have a successor in my work.
So, how do you plan to start training me?
Vegetables,
With a test
fruit,
of your
apples,
practical
cucumbers,
skill.
Onions.
Oh.
Come get them.
I have my eye on 3 rare objects of great value. But sadly, they're a little difficult to obtain.
Go on.
First, I need a tooth of Saint Procopius. Then I'll need a branch from a topping out hung on a
Carrots
church.
that'll make you and your
And
family
finally,
happy.
a talisman
Onions that'll make you
for luck
cry, and
from a
garlic
passionate
that'll
player.
keep evil spirits
Bloody hell,
at
that's a
bay.
lot. All right, one thing at a time. About that tooth. It's going to be slightly more complicated, isn't it?
I know. Yes, it would be very difficult to gain such a rare relic, of course.
Vegetables.
That's
fresh
why I have an
vegetables.
alternative solution.
I'm listening.
Aren't they lovely?
A layman named Procopius lives by the monastery, and it just so happens, thanks to my intricate medical knowledge, that I found out he has a sick tooth.
How did you find out he has a sore
Have a
tooth?
look at these cucumbers.
As it
They'll stay
happens,
firm all
he told me
winter.
at the tavern.
Buy them
But
before
that's
someone else
not
does.
important.
And how am I supposed to get the tooth?
I haven't the faintest idea. You'll have to think of something. But maybe you'll be able to persuade him
They'll
to
cut you
the
in
blacksmith
half.
pool.
Cucumbers that'll cure what ails
Fine.
you.
I'll get it from him.
them.
Wonderful.
This topping out? What's that?
You're not a carpenter, it seems.
No, I'm a blacksmith.
I see. Well, a topping
Onions that'll
out is
even
a
make your man
decorated
cry
spruce
like a
or
little
a
lamb.
conifer
Come and
tree
buy
hung
some.
on top of the roof of a new house to bring good fortune and God's blessing.
Well, then all we need to do is break off a branch somewhere,
Vegetables,
buy a
fruit,
few ribbons, and
apples,
we've got our own
cucumbers,
homemade topping
onions.
out right there.
Come get them.
You don't understand, young man. The topping out was sanctified by a priest, and it hangs on the highest church far and wide. You can't just replace it with a decorated branch.
Fair enough. That topping off is hung pretty high, isn't it?
Naturally.
Garlic, onions,
It hangs on
mushrooms,
the
and
rooftop
asparagus.
according
Come
to
right up.
tradition.
No need to be
And
shy.
the church is tall.
And how am I supposed to get it down?
Damned if I know. But they had to get it up there somehow, didn't they?
Very well, I'll get it. This player's talisman. Where am I supposed to find it?
I actually have a specific one in
Cucumbers,
mind.
lovely cucumbers.
Here at the inn, there's a
asparagus and
dice
fruit.
player who always has a cat's paw with him. That's supposed to bring him luck.
A cat's paw? I thought players bring along a rabbit's paw for luck.
I thought so too. But this man is winning
Carrots
one
that'll
game
make
after
you and your
another.
family
So
happy.
cats
Onions that'll
are
make you
clearly
cry.
even more powerful
Garlic
than
that'll
rabbits.
keep Evil spirits at bay.
How am I supposed to get the talisman from him?
I haven't a clue. It won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll find a way.
We'll see. Very well, I'll get you the paw.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter.
About
Buy
that
them before
tooth.
someone else does.
I know.
I'm listening.
A late.
Wouldn't that be swindling people?
It is, and it isn't. If I sell that tooth as the tooth of Saint Procopius, then it certainly is deceitful. But if I sell it as a tooth from Procopius of Sassa,
Garlic soup for the
then I'm
winter.
cheating
onion
nobody.
Soup for the spring.
Does it really
asparagus
matter
for
whose
taste
tooth
and
I bring
prunes
then?
for what ails
Of course
you.
it does.
Try them.
The name Procopius in this holy land is shrouded with mystical powers. Sometimes I might play a trivial trick on someone, but I assure you, I'm no swindler.
Fine.
Wonderful.
I'll get looking for those things then.
Excellent. You do that, my journeyman. Good luck. My respect.
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certain.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather...
Well,
God be with you. Come close.
Good health to you, sir.
You must be that lucky fellow everyone's talking about.
Lady Luck has been good to me lately, true enough. But that can change quicker than you know.
People say that you get help from a lucky charm.
Is that not allowed?
No, it is. It just interests me, that's all.
Why?
One ale over here, please.
I'd like to try that luck of yours. Let's play for your talisman.
As you wish. My talisman against your grotion.
Sure. There'd be no point in it otherwise.
Good luck to you. St. George, guide my heart.
Right here.
Only thing it's not a great start. Unfair.
That'll do me.
Let's see. Yes.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good. Not afraid of anything, eh? Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
Aye, let's do it.
May the best man win.
Okay, what does the fucking heavenly light do? Okay.
That'll do me. Hmm. This'll be the one.
How?
Oh,
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on. We'll see. Oh no. This'll be the one.
I would like his dice.
That's it. That'll do me. We'll see. Finished. Well, seems my luck's run out. Damn it. Seeing how I lost, I reckon that cat spot don't bring luck anymore.
not to you, anyway. So, thanks for the game.
Huh?
Let's call it.
Well, I never. Lost something here?
Yeah.
Else? What?
Jesus!
Something the matter? What's the matter with you?
Got my marker.
My breath is short, my feet are sore. I buy a horse, but I am poor.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for pieces of a sword that a pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling. Would you happen to know anything about it?
I would. Of course I would.
Well,
It's a load of tripe. Only a fool would have given that trickster a single groschen, and I'm no fool. How about you?
but if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a terrible sin.
Don't be so gullible, lad. That bastard never saw the Holy Land, unless it was in a fresco.
Do you pull teeth?
Oh, it doesn't give me any pleasure, but someone has to do it.
Well, I have a customer here.
Bring him in. I'll go and get my pliers. Farewell. Look to you.
I've heard it said that you're a warlock.
What? Why the fuck would they say that?
They say when you temper steel, you chant spells, and then nothing of yours ever breaks.
Spells? That's a good one. It's no spell. Just a rhyme to time myself so I don't hold the steel there too long.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course some of my pieces have broken, but only ever here, at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
What gently humming furnace are you on about? Have you ever actually been near one? You'd end up drenched with sweat the whole time, not just while you were tempering. Don't try and tell me you've ever even been in a smithy. Ha.
Take care now.
I'd like to ask...
And I'd say I've nothing.
So that's why I'm curious just how you go about it.
Look, I learned it from my father. May he rest in peace. And I don't mean to share our secret with anyone.
So it's a family formula?
Actually, yes, it is. And that's how it's going to stay.
Let's stop talking about...
Take care now.
Okay. Happy catch.
Don't move a finger. Surrender! What the hell do you think you're doing, hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here. Is that clear? This definitely won't come cheap.
Just my luck. Look, I can't tell you anymore. The fate of the whole empire hangs in the balance between King Wenceslas and King Sigismund. High politics, you know? Not a peep to anyone.
My heart bleeds for you.
What? What the fuck?
Jeez. My God!
What the?
Someone
For
there.
fuck's sake!
You! Stop right where you are! Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
What's this house? Is this one?
What do you think you're doing? No business here.
Hey, who's there?
Hey.
You've no business here. Clear off.
My breath is short, my feet are sore. I buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun, he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast.
My respects to you.
Do you pull teeth?
Oh, it doesn't give me any pleasure, but someone has to do it.
Well, I have a customer here.
Bring him in. I'll go and get my pliers.
Take care now.
They say you're the best blacksmith in the whole region. That metal you've tempered never breaks.
Ah, nothing but old wives' tales. Of course, some of my pieces are broken, but only ever here, at the smithy.
No one's ever returned anything for you to rework, though, have they?
Not that I recall, but I can't remember everything.
Father was a blacksmith all my life. He always stoked up the furnace till it roared gently, and you could smell the heated iron. Then he plunged it into the water, and that was that.
Fine words, and no mistake. I do it a little differently. I heat until the metal is 2-3 shades short of bright yellow. I ease up on the bellows, and after a Lord's Prayer and a Hail Mary, off it goes into the water.
It's strange to think that I'll never help him out with it again. Our forge will stay burned out forever, unless I go back to the trade myself.
It would be a shame not to, lad. Working iron is a worthwhile thing. Godly. It makes life easier for folk. And, let's be honest, you can make a decent living doing it.
Thank you. It was good to remember how my life used to be.
Maybe you'll have the good fortune to return to your trade.
Take care now.
So poor. Only 500. We should go get more training. What's the space?
Good day to you. What do you need?
It doesn't look good.
What? What are you talking about?
Your tooth. I bet it hurts a lot, doesn't it?
How do you know about that?
As a practitioner of the healing arts, I recognize the signs of a sick tooth. You have a bloated face, you're sweating, and the way you breathe is absolutely typical of the condition.
You're a physician?
Isn't that what I said? And if I can give you some advice, you should have it removed. There's a blacksmith down in the town.
No. There's no way I'm putting myself in the hands of that butcher.
I understand. But look here, I know about healing. I can go along with you and make sure everything goes as it should.
You do that?
Of course.
Jesus Christ. I'm a grown man and I need an escort.
You don't have to be embarrassed. Every man in the world's afraid of having his teeth pulled.
I know, but even so...
Let's go then, and get this over with.
Jesus, it's going to be really painful, isn't it?
Don't worry. It will hurt a little, but then you'll feel relieved. You'll see.
If you say so. Isn't it a waste of time? Maybe it'll go away on its own.
Are you mad? It won't go away, it'll just get worse. The sooner we get it out, the better.
Yes, you're right. I can't. It's embarrassing. I'm a coward and I won't be able to handle it.
We're almost there. Just be a man about it.
You're right. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Hold him tight.
Let's do it.
Ah, look.
Jesus
It's
Christ,
out.
The agony.
Hey, want to keep it as
What
a
did I
memento?
do to
I love it.
deserve this?
Oh, all right.
It's really dumb, but pretty good.
Johanka?
Henry?
I'm glad to see you.
Me too. I heard that you're doing well.
Well, that depends.
You're alive. So you're doing well.
What's happening here? Oh my god. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
Can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe. But convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
Very well. Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all, of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you liked.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power.
I can't. I just can't.
I'm not needed here.
Christ above. I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
God be with you.
Quiet.
He just needs to sleep.
What the...
You look all right?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the cumans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I'll get some.
Farewell.
You're the one who's in...
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
Oh, if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
How about some potion to induce heavy sleep?
Certainly. The old reliable.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers like a good sleep. And sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you how.
Thanks. I'd like to learn something from you. A bit of everything?
Can you now? But to be more precise, do you understand herbs and medicinal plants?
I do.
In that case, you've come to the right place. Someone who knows what they're doing will have it done in a jiffy. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there, and then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that clear?
Clear. I can get cracking.
Not so fast. Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions, stinging nettles, and thistles. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the euphrasia and the mentha, or anywhere else in that garden for that matter.
I see.
Once you've cleared the garden of weeds, come back. And woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry, you've never had as good a gardener. How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of, but others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
So you don't normally treat the wounded then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this, I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
What do you think about the custodian?
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard he's been here a lot lately.
That's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith. But I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
Would you teach me more? Certainly.
I'm interested in...
Wouldn't you rather...
Well,
Take care, man.
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
I have the bandages.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
Can't stay here. A long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then. God be...
What?
How are you feeling?
Good. It feels clean. Hope it helps.
It will.
Stay here.
Tell them to rebandage you daily. You have the bandages here.
Thank you very much, Henry.
Don't mention it.
May the Lord watch over you.
I can't stay here.
Reward. Sage.
Please, help me. Please.
Quiet!
Please, help me. What will happen to my family?
I can't. I just can't.
What will happen to my family?
Quiet!
Hey!
Farewell.
These wounds have been well taken care of. He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly. I'm not needed here. He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He just needs to sleep.
Please, help me. I can't stay here.
Yeah, where? What's happening? You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian could set on us.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium, anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you. What happened to Philip?
Philip?
I just won't get any sleep.
He's unconscious. He's shivering and he has a fever.
Ah, I didn't know that. When he first came here, he was fine. No wounds on him. He was escorting the others. Then he got worse and worse until he lost consciousness entirely. Ask Johanka. Maybe she'll know more.
Do you know anything about herbs?
I'm not an expert, but I know a little something. Is it urgent?
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction would like to get back to work. He mentioned some purple flowers that would...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs that should help.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many purple herbs for bruises and sprains. Take care now.
can't. I just can't.
I've got something for you.
Really?
Drink this, and you'll fall straight to sleep.
Oh, thank you.
Take care now.
For the love of God, what have you been doing?
What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God, there has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
I'll give it a go. It's not like I can make it any worse.
So you don't know anything. Don't even think about touching that poor man.
Well, I can try.
You?
I'll give it... What about the executioner from Ratai? He usually breaks bones, but he might know something about mending them too.
The executioner? Even if you could persuade him to come, they'll never let him in here.
Well, maybe it would be enough if he advised me and then I tried...
Look, do whatever you want. I have to go and take care of the others.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned...
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go.
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbours are dying here. Your friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly, what were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you? Take care.
Take care now.
Maybe it's the herbalist. That would be a good place to look.
Good health to you.
I went to look for those items you wanted.
Splendid! Splendid! So, show me what you've got there.
The tooth of layman Procopius, which definitely isn't holy.
It isn't. But then again, one day, it could be. You never know what course a man's life might take.
I suppose not. It wasn't easy to get, so if anyone's the miracle worker here, it's me.
Calm now. Don't exaggerate.
One cat paw for luck?
Wonderful. How did you obtain it?
You wouldn't believe it. I won it from him.
Oh, no, you don't! Now the talisman won't bring its owner luck anymore.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh, well, luckily it's a cat's paw, so it has other uses.
A branch from a blessed topping out.
Excellent! And how did you get it down?
I had to shoot it down.
Watch out for this man. He's a regular William Tell.
Well, there wasn't any other way.
So, we've got all that sorted out. And now, to the next man.
Go on. I'm shaking with anticipation.
There's one more thing. It's rather complicated and delicate.
What thing?
A shroud.
A shroud?
Yes. A burial shroud of someone who passed away not too long ago.
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'm interested.
Wouldn't you?
Well, I'm just supposed to take a dead person's clothes.
Christ, no. I need a burial shroud. The precious enveloping garment in which the deceased is buried.
And does it matter who I take it from?
It needs to be someone who lived an honest life. And I have just the fellow. A good man by the name of Lokota who recently passed on.
Right. So where can I find him?
His family is waiting for the funeral. For now, he's lying in a small church in Sasa.
And who was this Lokata?
I know only a little, but according to the locals, he was an honorable man. You should certainly try to ask around.
Will you teach me how?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice.
All right. Now, God be
What do you want? You've no business here. What's up? Do you need some help?
I guess let's just
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Be off now. You don't belong here. Lost something here? What the hell was that?
Hey.
What do you think you're doing? I've a mind to call the guards. Get the hell out of here! I'm honoured that a knight such as you...
I see one of your kin's passed away.
My old father. We're all gonna miss him.
Can I say my farewells to him?
I'm sorry. I don't know you, and it's important not to disturb the dead. I want my father's soul to depart in peace.
I see you're taking care of your father like a true Christian.
I'm trying. My father, God rest his soul, deserves nothing less.
And have you made atonement for his sins?
What? Why? Do you think that's necessary?
I'm sure he was a good Christian, but no man's entirely free of sin. If you want to be sure his soul can depart in peace, you'd be wise to take care of that.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, if my father's soul is at risk because of me, I'll never forgive myself. What should I do?
No, don't worry. It usually only requires a trifle. All you have to do is donate some of his belongings to those in need of charity.
Right. But what? Money? Or food?
Something more personal. Maybe his funeral shroud.
Of course. That's a good idea. I'll take it to someone needy right away.
Wait a moment. You have to watch over your father. I'll take it to them.
You do that for me? Thank you. Go to the infirmary at the monastery. There's a lot of people in need there. Good luck to you.
from the yard or from the wood, lean and fatty pork, chicken,